And I apologize ahead of time about my nose contour. It looks kind of harsh when I turn to the side. I need to figure out my lighting. I'm not a professional. I hope you guys don't mind. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing I was gonna say April, way off, August. It started with an A. I do have a little background change today. I couldn't figure it out, so this is what we're going with today, but probably won't stay this way unless you guys actually like it. But I was trying to think of my old backgrounds and trying to recreate a little setup, but I needed it brighter because if you didn't know, I painted very dark down in this room and it's been hard to light. So we have white and I have a little blanket on my desk. This is what we're working with right now. But I had that blanket when I had my bed in the background and then similar kind of white backdrop when I was at my old house. So we're throwing it back, or at least trying to today. We're gonna dive right into all my favorites this past month. I actually have a book. Surprise, surprise, it's been a slow summer for me. But I do have a 5-star read for you guys. My makeup, of course. Not too much though, because I've honestly been so overwhelmed by all the makeup releases lately. It's a little much for me. I can't keep up, so I'm not trying to. I'm just gonna show you guys the things that I've been using and loving. I have a lot of great ideas for upcoming videos, but it's been a little slower over here just because both my kids go to school. My daughter's starting, so I'm just enjoying the last bit of time I have with them because then I'm gonna be all alone in my house. But able to work more, but it's killing me inside. Knowing both my kids are gonna be away from me, so I'm having a moment here these next 2 weeks. Bear with me. Let's hope I don't burn my house down right now with that candle because it's looking a little dicey. Could catch that blanket on fire. Really bad idea. Why am I doing this? We need to fix my nose contour. So I'm a mess, clearly. Starting with complexion, because that's been my favorite thing for makeup. There's been literally a million foundation launches and it's hard to keep up. But I plan on doing a little roundup for you of all the foundation launches, but I haven't tried a couple of them that are really popular and requested right now. But I have been loving this one, and it's gonna be hard for the others to beat this for me right now. I'm wearing it right now. It is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation, and I have the shade 41NN. I haven't had this good of a foundation match in quite some time. This is pretty spot on for me. This foundation is unlike a lot of the others that have released because it's super thin and it truly feels weightless on your skin. Like, you do not feel this on your skin at all. Plus, it provides a good amount of coverage, medium buildable, which is my personal favorite kind of foundation. I love something that's initially medium. You can build it up. Those are my 2 favorite coverages and what I feel works best for me. And this is long wearing as well. I also don't need to use a primer. Also don't need to use a powder to set it. It's literally like a one and done type of product for me. And that's why I really like it, because it saves me time, saves me money, saves me all these kind of steps. And it's just been my go-to recently. And I've also been trying out the concealer that goes along with it, which was kind of meh. I wasn't really for or against it, but if you like the foundation and tried that, I think they really pair nicely together, and I am wearing it today on my eyes, under eyes, and on my eyes. But yeah, I do have this on my under eye area, and I think the consistency of it pairs nicely with the foundation. And I got the shade 40NY, which is the corresponding concealer to the foundation. I was watching some people and they were going lighter for concealer, and when I was picking these out, I ended up going with the one that they suggested because it is in fact already lighter, and I don't feel like you need to go lighter than the one that they select for it. So it works out perfectly for me. I like the level of brightness. I feel like it blends in really nicely. And if you're a fan of the foundation, I would pick up the concealer, but I don't think it's a must-have, but they do play nicely together. But this has been the all-star for me. Anything that you take out of this video, I really think you should try out this foundation. It's been a real winner for me. It is quite matte. I haven't set it with a spray or anything like that, but I don't have primer, powder. It just feels super lightweight on my skin. I literally don't feel anything on my skin. It feels incredible. However, I do have another complexion product, which I have been loving for an everyday kind of thing as well, because this has an SPF of 50 in it. It doesn't have all the amazing things of this one. This is my all-star, okay? This is just a quick every day with some SPF if I'm going to be outside or something like that. If you're looking for a good drugstore option for something every day, high amount of SPF, which is very rare for a drugstore product, similar to the IT Cosmetics CC cream, I feel like, if you like that, very similar, I think. And I'm using the shade 128 Warm Nude. I've really been enjoying it. So these have been two of my standout complexion products I have so far tried and have released, but I want to like put them all together and try them all out for you guys to let you know my final thoughts on everything that's been releasing, because there is a lot and I'm overwhelmed. But right now, these are my two go-tos. Love them and highly recommend. And then for eyeshadow palettes, I have been loving this guy. It's from Rude Cosmetics and it's the C'est Fantastique eyeshadow palette. Has 30 colors in here. I've just been creating a ton of looks with it. It's nice because it has all my everyday stuff that I would need, but it's fairly bright too, so you can really play around with the other colors, but I'm mainly sticking to this region over here. And I do have it on my eyes today, and I'll put up pictures of other looks I've created with it, but this is what I've been reaching for. It's been really fun to play around with, and I think has a good array of colors in here that you can create something neutral, something bright. I just think it's a good setup in there. Comes with a mirror, really dirty, but I've been using this so much, and I could not say this. Could not. Double negative. Is that right? Could not. I guess that works. I've also been really enjoying the e.l.f. Cosmetics Jelly Pop collection, specifically the glosses, which I don't feel like a lot of people were into because they are quite sheer. This one is the pink one. Just a nice sheer pink color. Very juicy, smells incredible, smells like watermelon candy from my childhood. It just smells so good. And I've just been wearing this as like a easy, everyday kind of gloss. I brought these to the cottage, was wearing them all the time. I just love the smell of them, and they feel so good on the lips. So if you're looking for affordable gloss, wearing it right now if you like that kind of pink look, great for every day. Jelly Pop from e.l.f. So good. And then something super random, which you can just use an eyeshadow for. This isn't something I feel like you need to go out and buy, but it's something that I found has been really convenient and helpful for me. So this is new from Clairol, and it is their Root Touch Up. I got this in PR, and this really stood out to me because I've been wanting to pick up one of these, and I know there's another brand that I was looking at to get, but it was really expensive. And this is in the black shade, and it comes with a brush, mirror, and the shadow. If you want to take the time to fill in any kind of spots, big gaps, I have high hairline just up here. If you have anything that you want to fill in, I think it's really convenient. Or if you have gray hairs, which is super easy. You see one pop up, wipe this on, you're good to go. But as I said, you can use an eyeshadow for that. You can also use this for your brows. But I just like the whole setup of this, that I can put this in my purse and just touch up on the go. So I think it's a great little thing. If you need something like that, gray hairs, hairline, anything like that, if you're into quick little touch up, I really like this guy. Next, I've been loving this for skincare. You can use it as a primer if you like that kind of tacky base. And it is the L'Oreal Paris Revitalift 1.5% pure hyaluronic acid. And this has been working out really great underneath makeup. Hyaluronic acid I want to use anyways in my skincare, but I do feel like this also prolongs my makeup when I do it just before my makeup application. You just need 2-3 drops of this morning, night. You're good to go. It's a really great hyaluronic acid from the drugstore. And if you're looking for one of those tacky bases with skincare benefits, this has been really good for me. So highly recommend that guy. And then my last skincare product that I've been really enjoying this summer especially is this Biotherm Aqua Gelée Auto Bronzant. It is a face self-tanning serum for a natural sun-kissed tan. You only need 1 pump of this. Put on your face. It develops when I'm putting my tan on my body, and it gives me a beautiful natural tan color to my face so that it's not so stark, because usually you guys see me and I don't have any sort of tan on my face. For when I go to the pool, I'm not wearing makeup, I actually match my body. So it's been good for that. Plus, it doesn't break me out, which a lot of facial self-tanners always notorious for breaking me out, very sensitive to them. This one has not. So I am very specific of any kind of tan product I put on my face. I can't just put whatever self-tanner I'm using on my body on my face. I'm not that lucky. I have to get something specific for the face, or else it's breakout city for me. So this Really recommend, and it does give a nice color, nice natural color. It doesn't cling on to any dry patches or anything like that, and you get darker in spots. Like sometimes with some of them, it looked like I have a mustache because it would cling on to the little hairs and just cling places that you don't want it to cling. This one does not do that. It's perfect. And then this guy came in the mail, and I'm in love with this. I keep holding it in my hand, and it just feels incredible. It's a fragrance, so it's supposed to smell good, but just the packaging of this is to die for. And this is from Lancome. It's their new Idol fragrance, and I believe Zendaya is doing the campaign for this. But it is such a beautiful bottle. You see this little divot in there? It's really nice to hold, so you can actually hold it like that, and it feels comfortable in your hand, so it's not gonna slip out of your hand. And this is actually the thinnest fragrance bottle in the world currently. And I just think it's so nice, the packaging of this. The smell too, absolutely fantastic. We're getting there. But just on presentation alone, this is one of my favorite perfume bottles that I have. It almost is the size of a phone. I have the XS Max, the newest one, the big one. That is the 50 milliliter compared to my XS Max from Apple. So it is a little bit smaller than that, but in terms of how thin it is, it's fairly comparable, and it's just a beautiful packaging. The smell, and I checked the notes of this, and I don't think the notes are anywhere close, but for some reason, this gives me remnants of Ralph Lauren Ralph, that blue bottle. I used to wear that all throughout high school. That was my signature scent, and I love that, and I really like this because it reminds me of that. But I don't think the notes are anywhere close because I looked them up, but I do really like that. And that's what I get when I smell it. That's what it smells like to me. So if you like that kind of scent, I think that one's a fairly popular one. I think you would really like this one too. Floral, it's fresh, has some citrus in it. It's just a really nice, safe fragrance, I'd say, because I feel like a lot of people would really like this one. So a lot to say about this. There's also a couple unique things about this fragrance. The bottle is in fact refillable, which is really great, and the ingredients in this are sourced using fair trading, which is also great. So there's a lot of really cool things about this new launch in fragrance, and I definitely check it out. If you're similar in scents to me, you're gonna love it. I know you will. And the packaging. Love it. I've also been meaning to mention my Apple Watch since I got it, which I think I only got it a couple months after it launched in September. And it's the newest one that they came out with. I get questions randomly if I actually enjoy my Apple Watch, if it's worth the money. And I definitely think it is. This is the 4, and I love it. It tracks my workouts, which I'm dedicating September to getting my health back in gear. I'm not going to shoot for the moon, but I'd like to lose about 5 pounds in September. And this is going to help me track my workouts. And I like that I can kind of see how lazy I've been that day, if I need to get my steps in. Besides tracking your steps and all the typical things that I feel like someone would really enjoy an Apple Watch for, I love it because I also feel like I'm on my phone less. All my really important stuff always come to my watch, so I'm not just on my phone constantly, which is nice. It also has a really great feature, which is my favorite feature of this, and this might be weird to some of you, but I constantly lose my phone. And I always have it on silent, always. I just don't like having it on. I don't like hearing any kind of notifications, anything like that, ringing. I just like to check my phone if there happens to be a message. I don't like it on. My absolute favorite feature of this is the fact that I can ping my phone from my watch. So when I lose my phone, which happens like 3 times a day, I can ping it, and it's pretty loud. That alone would make me buy an Apple Watch. Because I lose my phone all the time. So yes, I do love my Apple Watch. Use it as often as I can. Some days I don't put it on when I'm filming occasionally, because if I tan and I put this on, it will mess up my wrists a little bit. So that's the only reason I wouldn't have it on. But on most days, like 95% of the time, I have this guy on. And always during a workout. If I don't have it on during a workout, did you really work out? Did I? No, it has to be documented. And then the last thing that I have is a book. Finally, I found a book that I absolutely loved, and I borrowed it from my sister-in-law. She gave it to me. It's called The One forget the author because I gave it back to her last night. We were celebrating her birthday and she asked for books and a bunch of other stuff on her list for birthday. And I wrapped up the book and put it into her gift just as a joke so that she would unwrap it and get the book back. I obviously got her some other stuff, but I just thought it was funny. Don't have it on me right now. End of story. The book is about a woman who discovers a gene that is responsible for you being paired up with another person in the world. So your soulmate or the one. So it's in our genetics that you have your perfect match somewhere out there. And you could already be married. You might not be with the person you already are. You could be with someone of the opposite sex, someone older, someone younger, a serial killer. By chance. Without giving too much away from the book, it follows 5 storylines. They're all super interesting, very different. So 5 different people who are matched up with the one soulmate partner, and it's just a really good read. Because there's so many storylines going on, in the beginning it can be a little bit confusing, but I feel like once you've read 2 of each of the people's storylines, you're good to go and you'll be following it. Super easy read, I find. Kept me wanting to know more because it's always switching up between the different storylines. So I highly recommend that. It was definitely a 5-star read and it just kept me wanting to read more. I burned through that so quickly. So when I find a book like that I just want to keep reading and find out what happens, it's a good book. So I've only had 1 book this summer, I think. The One. How ironic is that? I just think it's so funny. I'm laughing at my own jokes. And that is it for my August favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little change in background. We didn't burn down, which is a plus for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell if you don't want to miss out on any of my future videos. Wish me luck for my baby starting school. I'm gonna have such a hard time, you have no idea. It's gonna be a hard week. But once I get my stuff together, we'll be having way more content coming out, so that should be good for you guys. It's gonna be sad for me the next little bit, but it's gonna be awesome for you guys in the long run. And for me, I'm gonna enjoy working, so I'm looking forward to it, but it's like bittersweet, you know? If you're a mom, you know, you can feel me right now. But that is it, enough rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, as I said 100 times, and I will see you guys in my next video.